don't get it? If we'd been out of the subway and stopped, we all died.
Trust the laws of physics, man. Trust me. Even if you have to make a second, you die.
The whole challenge of telling a Deadpool story in the MCU is that Deadpool is very grounded, raw, but there was something about this combination of Wolverine and Deadpool that gave it anthemic stakes and scale, but still felt rooted in the real world. And in fact, we went to great lengths to shoot this movie not on green screen, but largely on locations. It's why the paparazzi got pictures. It's why the spoilers hit the internet while we were shooting. But I actually can handle those spoilers because it meant we went into the world to shoot things for real.
Not only did we have an incredible script, not only are we making a movie with Deadpool and Wolverine, but everybody who came to the set every day really poured their heart and soul into it.
Ray Chan is our production designer who came in and just kind of invented things that were just second to none.
We had a list of things to avoid. Anything too slick, anything too glossy, anything sci-fi looking, anything overtly CGI dependent. So that then a lot of the conceptual designs and the environments had to be grounded and a sense of realism.
We are here in the TVA command center, kind of mission control for the TVA. And here's a little known tidbit that I learned today, which is that in his design and execution of this incredible set, our production designer, Ray Chan, ended up buying every bit of copper leaf, all of it, not just in the United Kingdom, but in Europe. So notice how all these little details are painted with copper leaf. That's on every cubicle, that's on the elevator, that's on the edging. So to all of the Europeans complaining that they can't get their hands on copper leaf in the summer of 2023, it's our fault. Definitely it's Deadpool's fault.
When we first embarked on our journey, Sean said, check out Loki season 1. And there's a section where the TVA featured heavily, and not be a slave to Loki, but appreciate and acknowledge what the guys had already set up as an aesthetic. Our TVA is a separate division to the TVA that was already established. So I had a little bit of leeway. In fact, I had plenty of leeway because it was a separate division. So that's a challenge.
Does it clutter the lines of it? It doesn't. Ray, do you have a strong feeling? Lose the chair or keep it?
I like the chair.
You like the chair? I mean, it gives it
I need to do it justice. Then I need to then give it my own mark.
Ray created a world unlike anything I've ever seen.
It's perfect.
Ray's just design of the TVA and how he took like the original inspiration from Loki and just, I think made it the most full-throated version that it could ever possibly be. If you open a desk in the TVA, there's going to be things in the drawer that are relevant to the TVA. It was unbelievable.
I think we didn't have an initial script. We had an outline, almost like a cheat sheet, the first act, second act, third act, and just things to sort of start mulling over. Environments, characters, big sequences, important sequences. So that's where my journey begins, and I start to formulate, seeing exhibitions in art galleries and seeing sculptures and surrealist paintings and just absorbing lots of things, creating lots of folders in my sort of database. That's how I start.
So you lean on your content, you lean on your production designer to help you picture the movie. And so Ray did this shot like 6 months ago.
I lean to Sean for the storytelling side of things, and he's a brilliant storyteller, an incredible storyteller and director. From my perspective, we knew Deadpool 1 and 2 was huge successes. I had to appreciate what those guys did on Deadpool 1 and 2 to then sort of put myself in their mind frame for Deadpool 3. And I think our movie was more at stake and a lot more emotions. There was many, many scenes that are more poignant scenes that I try and reflect in the sort of production design.
Working with creative teammates. You get each other's rhythms. Over time, you understand each other innately. Special opener, then from that same angle, over. As Ryan and I came up with ideas for sequences or environments, we would throw them to Ray. Ray's mantra was, leave it with me, boss.
That's good. I'm gonna put some stickers on there. We leave it.
Welcome to the void. The normal way to do a sequence in a barren wasteland filled with Easter eggs would be to build a small set and do it on a soundstage, but from the outset, we wanted Deadpool to feel grounded, so that when you're watching the movie, you feel that texture of reality. The way the wind is hitting our actors, the way the sun is in and out, the way the clouds are shifting.
We populated the set with space debris and other debris from the Marvel Universe. But it was always scripted to have a large 20th Century Fox sign, and we're talking large.
Rest in pieces, Fox.
It was a piece which I really enjoyed making because in my head, the 20th Century Fox could be carved out by 20 stonemasons. I think it was about 22 feet, 24 feet to the very top, and about 45 feet wide. So it was a big, heavy, cumbersome piece, as you can imagine.
So this is fun. We are in Ant-Man Arena, as we affectionately call Cassandra Nova's hideout.
Obviously, I start with Giant Ant-Man. We scanned from the costume department, we scanned the costume, and then we magnified the armor. So we replicated his costume exponentially. Our physical set piece was about 140 feet across from inner arm to inner arm and about 25, 30 feet high.
It's mind-blowing. Being in that environment is just, you immediately feel like you're actually there. Because, yeah, especially when there's so much practical functioning parts of the set, you can't not feel it, you know? They've got like sparks flying and smoke and all these vehicles that actually rev up and move, and also that sort of child part of you who essentially just wants to play and have a playground is sort of loving it. Because it's a real chance to just lose yourself in it.
My hat's off to you, sir.
What?
Truly.
I don't... It's all good. Welcome to Wade Wilson's neighborhood. I'm kind of astonished by the level of authenticity and the details that I could point out to you that take essentially an artificially created city street and make it look authentic. For instance, putting in metal plates into the street. There's no reason for that other than the fact that those details, the filth kind of that accumulates on the curb.
Starting from scratch on the backlot set is a designer's dream. Biggest compliment was for Sean. Bro, he goes, bro, and bro. This is amazing, just in the finishings and the details, and that's the biggest compliment from someone who actually lives in New York to say that. That's my happiest moment. Because this film's so varied, I have my own sort of attachment to each set, be it the Canadian CD bar, Wade's apartment, the diner, the void.
That's what I'm talking about, something like this.
Getting the opportunity as a designer, it's just been an enjoyable ride, and that to me, I think my dreams have come true.